But you know what? We gotta get the show on the road. This is where it comes in. This is where it comes in. Ladies and gentlemen, starting us off for Team Maryland. Team Maryland, wearing number 2, representing CIA Bounce. Give it up for Nick Banta. Come on. Hey, come on, let's go. Wearing number 3, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Angelo Vega, representing CIA Bounce.
You want them now or? Sorry? Want them now? For the first half?
Wearing number 4, representing the Youth Association for Academics, Athletics, and Character Education. I mean, give it up for Jamar James.
Yeah. Oh, second, he can only do it first time.
Representing Toronto City Elite. Give it up for number 6, Jacinto. Here we go. Now for number 15, Rashawn Smith, Team Breakdown. Give it up for number 8, Dylan Albano. Representing Alton Basketball. Give it up also for number 9, Preston Gale, Triple Balance. I'm going to call them all right now. Where's number 5? Where's number 5? Representing this. Give it up for Osagi. Hey. Okay. So we got number 15 on the floor, right? Good. Next in line. Next in line, ladies and gentlemen, number 9, representing Triple Balance, give it up for Preston Gale. Oh, he did. My apologies. Okay. Number 10. I think that's where we're at. Yep. Good. Number 10, representing Northern Kings, give it up for Makai Hilton. You gotta keep that going for number 11, Latrell Green, representing Brampton Warriors. Keep that applause going for number 12, Elisha Cooper, Milton Sachs. Your head coach for Team Maryland, give it up for Freddie Apaya, CIA Bounce. Joined by assistant coach Kevin Cox, Team Breakdown. Yep. I think those elbows needed some grease. Hold on. Scott Mookie, I don't know. I like that beat. I gotta see this again because that elbow looks like they needed some grease. I'm gonna call that assistant coach back up. You gonna work them elbows for us, man. Let's go. Yes, man. Music. Let's go. Lights. Let's do this again. Hey. I like it. If I mispronounce, I give you permission to give me a...
You hit the button for the next one.
But I'm going to try anyways.
When he said
here we go.
Hit B.
Key on the cross going for number 21, Adrian Uchinono from CYBL. Toronto City Elites. Give it up for Miguel Ron. Your head coach for UCLA. Give it up for Coach Jordan McCoy. Give it up also for the assistant coach Brian Lopez. Coach Jordan McCoy is representing Yates, and Coach Brian Lopez representing Halton basketball. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for those teams. Give it up for both. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, at this moment, I'm going to ask each and every one of you in the building to please rise. Yes, rise. I'm trying to be rude, but yes. Everybody, please, on your feet right now. On your feet. On your feet. I'm going to introduce the lady. CYBL's own Elisa Hernandez, who's going to be taking us through all the national
right, welcome back to North Pole Hoops live here from Thornley Secondary. The CYBL All-Star Game, 8th grade edition. After all the smokes cleared, after the light show, after a windmill breakdance move from the coaching staff, Nick Zeffi, Junior National Scout here at North Pole Hoops, joined with me. Nick, talk to me.
It's going to be a good one. Couple guys to look out for if we're looking at Maryland. Definitely Jasmar Olembe. Very skilled at 6'3", 6'4". Shoot it, dunk it, put it on the floor, find everyone. He's definitely a guy to look out for. And also number 9, Preston Gale. Had a huge CNIT appearance last year. Almost led his Yace team to a win over the eventual champions. Grassroots, great lead guard, shoot the rock, get his guys involved. And he's just a part of a great tradition from Canada Elite of great point guards. If you're looking at UCLA, don't overlook Dolu Johnson. He's got a great motor. Will go end to end, attacks the rebounds, offensive glass, can also shoot it a bit. But of course, there are sleepers. We'll find out about them as the game goes on.
Are you ready? That's the question.
Thanks for the breakdown, Nick. This is a coming out party for some, those that take the bull by the horns here and show out. This grade 8 game is a little bit different than the rest here at the elementary school level. That 8th grade is where guys are really growing physically, and you can see the size on the floor and length.
Yes, they're definitely the most advanced we've seen all day. Obviously, as they're the eldest going into high school, they're starting to get that teenage athleticism.
And I think the intensity just off the jump in comparison to that last 7th grade game is on another level. I don't know if it has anything to do with the smoke that's still in the air. It looks like it's a fog show here, but guys are definitely bringing it right now.
They definitely are, and guarding right in the half court, you're seeing UCLA come out, and you're seeing Maryland play defense intensely within the half court.
And for those of you just joining us, the teams are named after all the Under Armour partnered NCAA programs. You got Team Maryland taking on Team UCLA in this one. CYBL in its 5th year. The league has really sprouted and has done a great job of really providing a platform for these youth to compete in, and have really taken it to another level at the All-Star festivities, courtesy by Under Armour. Here we go. We thought there was going to be a dunk. He looked back and he missed it. Always say to kids, when they're on a fast break, do not look back whatever you do. Attack that rim full head of steam. Focus on the finish. That time, lost focus as White comes back with the easy bucket.
Representing CIA Bounce.
That'll be Torin Rowe from CIA Bounce. Looking very good going downhill on that drive. Finishes with the easy right hand. It's 5-0 early on for UCLA. Another prospect that's very, very intriguing is number 22, Alan Roan. He's from London, CYO, originally from Texas, under the tutelage of Greg Robinson and the CYO program. He's definitely a guy that we're going to have our eyes on playing the point guard position.
Early on, just like that last game, a big jump on the opposition, 7-0 to start. And the grade 7 game, it was a blowout. Team Black jumped on White and never looked back. I don't expect the same thing to happen here.
Very important for Black to get a good shot here, or at least get some movement, give themselves an opportunity to get an offensive rebound. That's a turnover. Black needs to get their stuff together as UCLA is looking to fire on all cylinders.
Bringing up the ball right now is number 20, Torin Rowe. No good.
If you're Maryland here, you want to attack just like Jasmar is doing in the fast break. Hopefully get some easy baskets.
Here comes UCLA. Pass down the lane for the two.
A lot of size at this age. Look, you see guys 6'3", 6'4", and in 8th grade, I mean, that projects to get to about 6'6", between the 6'6" to 7 foot range. So what you like to see at this age is the fact that they seem to be skilled and fluid athletes, not guys that are struggling to get up and down the floor with their size.
And you're also seeing guys go into the lane and being surprised by the size in here. I mean, they're used to being the biggest guy on their team and sometimes the biggest guy on the court. We'll go to a quick break here as there is a timeout. Maryland up 8-0. Sorry, UCLA up.
Victory is mine, we got no losses. We be bosses, give it up cause you lost this. Smack your tooth loose from your gums, now try to floss this. You want victory, you're about to toss this. Right up in my lap and in my arms, it's my time.
Welcome back. One team has 8 points and another team, has not tickled the twine yet. Nick Zeffy, talk to me. What's going on over here?
Maryland is finding it very hard to get anything on the offensive end, and it must be because they're getting used to taking the ball out of their own bucket and trying to set something up. They need to get some defensive stops and push it, see if they could get something in transition.
We got a new face on the floor, young buck, number 8 in black, Jalen Albano out of Halton basketball.
And that's what you need to see here from Maryland, going inside, getting some easy baskets. Hopefully they could go to the free throw line here and convert, as it has not been a good opening 4 minutes for Team Black.
This is it. So we got Team Maryland on the board. We're on. UCLA ready?
Ooh, a nice little English there, or these days they call it the jelly.
From Caden Warren, he represents Yace. Nice finish through traffic. It almost seems like Team UCLA is getting whatever they want, whenever they want.
They need a field goal, have yet to score. 10-1 early on, 12 minutes to go. Thanks to everyone for joining us here live from Thornley Secondary, the CYBL 5th edition of the All-Star Game.
See a little helter-skelter play here. I mean, a lot of these guys don't regularly play with their teammates, so there is an adjustment period. We'll probably see that closer to halfway through the first half. Guys kind of understanding where their teammates are, understanding where to look for their guys, and how to get buckets on the offensive end.
Nice shot. Here we go.
Good defense there by Black. And White's just in attack mode right now. Got some Greyhounds in transition. And that was number 21, Adrian Uchidiono, also from CI Bounce. Representing well for the club here.
Looking at Uchi Iondo, he got some great length on him, running like a gazelle on that one. Finishes very nicely with the left hand. His 2 strides from the three-point arc, he got right to the rim on that one easily.
No shortage of fast twitch muscle fibers there. And you can see he's still growing.
All right, here comes the UCLA.
And there he is again in transition. Looking at tack on the wing.
Got somewhere else like that.
Good pass. It just looks like Team White's just playing in a different gear. They're getting to all the loose balls. It seems like Black is still sleeping right now.
Yep, Team Maryland, they're going to continue to get beat up on the scoreboard if they don't rebound. As they're down 12 points right now and not getting anything easy on this end as well.
And that's uncharacteristic of a Freddie Apaya coach team. Coach Apaya there on the bench, and he's I remember watching him coming up, and he was an energizer bunny, like the definition of that, especially defensively.
He definitely showed us his energizing moves on the dance floor as well. Had a little pop, lock, and drop. But I think Kevin Cox stole the show.
Kevin Cox stole the show, no question.
He stole the show with the windmill.
Did not see that coming. It seems like his team needs a windmill right now to jumpstart the action. Still yet to get a field goal, and all their points coming from the free throw line. 3 ball. It's off the mark.
We got a way back call, number 16.
Look here for Maryland to try to get some movement both with the ball and with their players. They've been turnover prone early. You got to get shots and possessions up at the rim just like they did there, but it's no good as UCLA continues to run.
It seems like this white team here is just more athletic, bigger, longer.
Right now, Maryland went to a quick line change. Let's see if their coaching staff is kind of looking at that bench, asking themselves who's going to come on and try to make an impact, as it's been UCLA all day here early on.
Nice.
The length, the stretch, the bounce on that one. Oh man, that was a great move by number, I believe, 21, Adrian Uchi-Undu.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. Early on, we know one of our viewers is from Ottawa. Shout out to Ottawa, you know, that's what they've been doing in terms of wins and losses.
Definitely Ottawa, a sleeper region. It shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be.
I mean, Carleton's won, what, 11 of 13, I believe?
I think we're losing count, something like that though. And then you got the GGs that are on top of things over there as well. Can't forget Canada Top Flight Academy, defending national champions. They'll have a chance to defend the title March 1st to 4th at the MPA Nationals. But in the meantime, we got Team Black waking up and looking like we are turning up the volume here in the 8th grade game.
Number 1, Jamani Barry Reese. He's definitely come in with some energy, getting some points early on at the free throw line, made a layup in the key and then shooting the 3. However, this has been the problem with Maryland early on. Turnovers, 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 leading to easy layups on the other end.
Seeing some advanced moves from some of these kids. That last possession, hard down the lane, nice spin move in traffic. And we got some mass substitutions here. Some new faces on the floor. Still, nobody has yet to stand out in this game, but there's still a lot of basketball to be played. I know, Adrian Uchidiano, excuse me for that pronunciation, but he's sort of been doing his thing on the wing. You can really see his speed up and down the floor. Jasmine a little quiet. We know he's been a featured player going into this.
Yeah, you'd like to see Maryland definitely doing what they're doing there, getting shots up, attacking the offensive board, because I can't stress it enough. It's just been turnover after turnover. Can't really win when you're not getting shots up.
Black finally getting some defensive intensity, and now you see Coach Apaya standing up. Usually the players feed off the coaching staff.
It's a tough finish inside. Number 24, Miguel Braun, out of Toronto City Elite, up over Jasmar there, and the lead is restored back up to 11.
Nice pass there in transition, unselfish.
It just seems that UCLA is looking for their guys. They're running, they're active on defense, and they're allowing for Maryland to take the shots that UCLA wants them to take, or forcing them into areas where they know they're able to trap and get turnovers.
Bronson Chambers, you see his size and length, and Lowe's looking to bring it up the floor. I noticed him and a lot of these kids are trying to speed up before they've gathered control of the ball or of their bodies. You just got a bunch of pretty much testosterone floating around the court right now.
Everybody wants to show their game off. Everyone wants to let them know, hey, I'm the man. You got to play within the team concepts here if you're Maryland, or this game will get by you pretty quickly.
Lamar James with the runner, no good.
24-11 early on. Team Maryland in black is down big. Shout out to Nicholas Garcia joining in from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan.
Moose Jaw.
Saskatchewan, that's Notre Dame Hounds territory. As Jasmir, a nice attack, maybe that wakes him up and his team finally on the board.
There has to be a concerted effort on this end to try to get UCLA into some things that they don't want to do. Contested threes, couple traps, turnovers. Maryland needs some easy points.
Here's Jasmir again. Try to force that one up. Good defense by White.
That's what you want to see out of arguably one of the most talented players on the floor. Forces it, misses, doesn't give up on the play, is down on both knees before making a pass, getting his teammate to the line. Great effort there by Alembe.
Yeah, I always talk about it being an energy game, and guys feed off of that type of energy and hustle. It's contagious. It could go positive or negative, depending on how you approach the game. Good defense again by White.
Tough shot.
That's another block. Nothing easy, says Team White. Good through pass there.
Let us wait.
Floater game close, but no cigar that time. Jasmir on the attack, hesitation move to the rim, no good again. Really trying to go above the defense.
Wow, great move there by John Edekyle.
Representing Brampton Warriors.
Brampton is, that's been a theme here. Been a heavy dosage of that in the grade 7 and 8 All-Star games, and they've been playing well.
Asage has shown a bit from the outside here early for Maryland. He's also been a very good defender, and as I say that, he gives up the and one to number 14, Bronson Chambers, attacking with the right-handed floater.
Get an opportunity.
And Bronson Chambers early on the live broadcast here on YouTube got a shout out from one of his buddies. I knew I was reading it, and that's where it came to my mind that he's actually playing in the game. Tragic Bronson, as Shaq would say.
He's been anything but so far, and his team as well, as they hold to an 11-point lead here early on. That's what you need to see more of from Maryland. Ball movement, a couple more swings, maybe get a better look than that.
Shout out to Josh Filion from Levi's, Quebec, and Simon Kayambe from Toronto, Ontario. Thanks to everyone for joining in. There's my guy, Zamir. Shout out Bronson Team Breakdown. He's doing his thing. Team Breakdown, Brampton basketball doing their thing out here.
Team Breakdown, definitely one of the up-and-comers in the Brampton region. Have great teams across the board, especially here at the CYBL. They bring that Brampton grittiness, that toughness that you love so much from that region.
Just a city with great basketball culture. All sorts of activity going on at all levels in the game.
It just seems that anytime Maryland's in the half court, they miss, and UCLA is just gangbusters. They're out there, like you mentioned earlier, the athleticism is completely on display, and they're getting easy looks.
Yeah, I think they gotta start playing with some better IQ. Gotta start thinking the game a little bit more. Okay, jitters are out. Let's start to play some real basketball. Move that ball around, find the open man, balance the floor. 3-ball, no good.
And here comes UCLA. Adrian for 3, no.
Couple other shout outs here. Shout out to Zamir from Team Breakdown, Matthew Swaby, Saran Rapp from Toronto, Ontario, Jordan and Pensa from Ottawa. Thanks to everyone tuning in. 30-18, 3 minutes to go in the half. Still waiting for that highlight play, that quick hitter to get the production team on it. Looks like UCLA starting to get a little bit of feel for the game here. Have cut it down to 9 with less than 3 minutes to go.
Ball movement on both sides has been a little lax. A lot of guys dribbling, bringing the ball up via themselves. A ball always moves faster than the man. Would be nice to see Maryland push it a little bit more that way as Preston Gale puts up an air ball.
Lots of basketball left to be played. Thanks to everyone for tuning in here. The 5th annual CYBL All-Star Game.
So here we go, Team UCLA on the move.
Little isolation basketball right here. Nice kick out.
It was a good play there by UCLA. They got the matchup they wanted with the much smaller guard on their lead guard, leading to a switch.
Nice.
And then eventually a pass out for the jumper.
That was Jaden Bino on the last finish there. Looked like a short jumper. He has a relative on that grade 7 game because that last name is familiar. Another Northern Kings representative. But the guy that's really impressing me so far, Nick, is Adrian Achirano. His fast twitch muscles are impressive. I mean, he's quick reflex. He defensively, offensively, really utilizing his explosiveness. And you've seen him bounce off the floor like a jack-in-the-box on that last block, extending with his length.
And above all, he's running the floor too. Like, he's got all of these things that he does well physically. He's not allowing that to affect his motor. He's given it all that he has, going back and forth here at the CYBL's All-Star game.
Here comes team UCLA. 32-22 advantage. However, they turned over the ball. So here we go. Got team. Maryland on the way back with an opportunity.
32-22. Just over a minute to go here in the first half. Final game for the boys. 8th grade All-Stars in action. Quick trigger there, off the mark. You got a scramble.
Turnover. Here we go, ball coming back the other way. Team UCLA. Under a minute to go before the half.
I really like Kwabena Antwi's game as well. He's been bringing the ball up, has shown some good instincts at that point guard position. When to kick, when to drive, when to attack, when to shoot. Looks like he's really adjusted well to the flow of the game so far, as he has a great lead pass there leading to another layup. Maryland's got to get something good here in the last 25 seconds.
Kwabena is actually a cousin of Antwi Atuaini, former Arizona State. I just drew a blank. Played with James Harden, played professionally for years, and just a great overall guy. Was also an MPH Showcase camp instructor, was in attendance earlier today.
And you can see kind of his game on Kwabena's game. I mean, Antwi was always known for doing everything. He's Mr. Triple-Double, a rebound, pass, shoot. He'll do it all. You're seeing much of the same from Kwabena here early on.
At this time, we're going to call all the halftime contestants to make their way on the outside of the gym to the hallway.
So on that foul, Maryland will have about 9 seconds here before the end of the half. I'm going to make a wild assumption here and say they shoot a 3.
I mean, the way things have been going, I can't deny that. They just need to get it to go in. Off the mark there, and that will be the half. 34-24.
So that would conclude.
UCLA leads Maryland, and there are no Ball brothers to be seen. We'll be back. Give us 10 minutes. CYBL All-Star game. The 8th graders going at it.
Get you a ticket.
Today we're in North Bay with CYBL. We have about 200 campers in the gym. We wanted to come up here so we can work on all the fundamentals, the development, but also the experience.
This is camp. This is a sleepover. We want to make it fun. We want to make it exciting.
Camp so far is really good. We've been playing a lot of scrimmages. We've been training hard. It's fun because we have a big opportunity to be with WNBA star Tammy Sutton-Brown, and we're learning a lot.
Get back, RG! Let's go!
Basketball has its own culture in terms of apparel, and Under Armour has done a great job outfitting these kids.
They've really come in the basketball community and partnered with CYBL and given these kids so much.
Under Armour always makes me feel amazing. Like, shoes are light, so I can actually get up over the rim.
It's an opportunity because some kids around the world are not able to get some of these stuff.
It's just a great opportunity, and Under Armour has definitely provided them with all the gear.
History has been made in Canadian basketball.
From the Maritimes to the nation's capital.
I just like the sound.
Rainy Cancun, my goodness.
To the 6.
Oh, big block there.
To the prairies.
By Jashawn Henry.
All the way to British Columbia. This is the NPA.
One hand jam! All over the defense! My lord!
Goodness gracious! Campbell with the facial.
Oh! E-man! E-man! Defense to offense!
Cummins, that is
No
not
way.
the guy.
No way!
Cummins. What's the foul?
Got the answer! Wow! That's another good one. There it is! Sammy Hunter. Oh my lord!
And look at this. Danilo Jiricic ending his high school career with a dagger of a spike.
GTA prep wisely feeding the hot hand. Oh, nice step back, cross through. And we got Sidney Kabongo on fire right now.
Oh! How about that nasty from Jashawn Henry?
Stick back jam. Chris Hagan.
Knock back. Oh!
Bringing the fans to their feet. Putting a man in the rim.
In transition with the cock back, one hand pounded. Woo! DeAndre Pierre all over the rim. Oh! Down the lane, Stephen Rawwire.
Everybody on their feet as Canada Top Flight Academy are the first high school age national champions in the history of Canadian basketball.
Is it something that I've done again? Say what?
Here's Campbell, look out, one hand jam.
Seeing is believing. Create your very own mixtape that showcases your top highlights and skills. And strengthen your recruiting status with a direct video for coaches and scouts. Available at all NPH covered and hosted events nationwide. Email m.dotto@northpolehoops.com for any inquiries and special filming requests. Exposure starts here.
Yet again, a 10-point advantage restored for Team Blue. Oh! It's Judy Charges throwing it down!
Welcome to the NPH live broadcasting experience. Allow our team of video technicians to capture your event in high definition. Streaming directly on all NPH media platforms. Up-to-the-minute live game coverage featuring professional commentators and analysts.
Tip in, no good. 2 seconds to go. Oh!
Commercial spots available to promote and market your brand, event, or product. Enjoy the ultimate way to catch the game when you can't.
That man from Quebec can fly!
Exposure starts here.
Everyone has their story. What's yours? Were you born with the ball in your hands? Or were you a late bloomer? Are you a dead-eye shooter? Or a high flyer? Nose up and alley-oop! All elbow! Williams! Are you a leader? Or an elite role player? North Pole Hoops wants to know, what's your story?
Rep by rep, you push yourself. Effort is only half the battle. Doubt sets in. Why do you do it? Is it worth it? The lights turn on. All your questions are answered.
And I'm here live at University of Toronto's Bouldering Centre for the 2016 CYBL Showdown.
CYBL was so good, I wish I was grade 12 so I could come back.
It was great. I mean, it was really competitive. It's really hard to get all the best guys from Canada in one gym. And I think we did that today. I mean, it was really fun. And yeah, had a great time.
It's definitely a good experience. The league's a lot higher caliber and it's a really fun league to play in.
It was a wonderful experience.
Good competition around here, and you know, I just got to play hard as you can play.
Well, we're excited to be here. It's fantastic competition, and just so thrilled and excited to be in the gold medal game this year.
It was very good, good competition. It was a good experience overall.
Yeah, we got to grow and learn as a team, and we got to learn how to play together.
16-0, baby, we feel great.
It's a very competitive league.
Kind of a lot of exposure, get to see a lot of different things, and I got to learn from my coaches and stuff.
Yeah, the boys improved quite a bit, so really happy with the competition here.
Nice, it's nice. I like the players, they're good.
All the way up, and you can stay up. And if you ask anybody where I live, they point to the hills and say, go all the way up, go all the way up. I'm all the way up, I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up.
Yet again, a 10-point advantage restored for Team Blue. Oh! It's Judy Charges throwing it down!
Welcome to the NPH live broadcasting experience. Allow our team of video technicians to capture your event in high definition. Streaming directly on all NPH media platforms. Up-to-the-minute live game coverage featuring professional commentators and analysts.
Tip in! No good! 2 seconds to go! Oh!
Commercial spots available to promote and market your brand, event, or product. Enjoy the ultimate way to catch the game when you can't.
That man from Quebec can fly!
Exposure starts here.
Say what?
Here's Campbell, look out! One hand down!
Seeing is believing. Create your very own mixtape that showcases your top highlights and skills. And strengthen your recruiting status with a direct video for coaches and scouts. Available at all NPH covered and hosted events nationwide. Email mdotto@northpolehoops.com for any inquiries and special filming requests. Exposure starts here.
Keep it going. Keep the intensity high.
Get your feet square, get your feet square. Take it home, write it down, grab a homie, and work on it. Work on it, master it.
AJ Lawson, go! He gets it to go! Wow! Pick it up, Jalen.
Oh my God!
Top 10, top 10.
Two-way players are the best players. Understand that. Two-way players are the best players.
Here's Sabri Phillip, two-hand jam!
Let's go, boy!
It doesn't matter from what city you're from, how tall you are, what school, what club you represent, game speaks. There's no politics here.
We've traveled across the country and back. 6 years running. Canada's basketball talent blossoms right before our eyes. From coast to coast. It's our job to bring it to the light. No gimmicks, just hard work on the hardwood. Who will step up to the plate this summer? Who will make their game undeniable and challenge every man in front of him? Game will speak.
right, welcome back. CYBL All-Star Game 8th grade edition. With you is Tariq Spate of North Pole Hoops, and joined with me, we have a special guest out of Toronto, went to Virginia, committed to Virginia Tech, back in Toronto. Jonathan Kabongo, welcome to the live broadcast.
Thank you, thank you.
Talk to me how you've been doing, what you've been up to over the last 6 months to a year.
I'm doing good, you know. Past year was a pretty rough year for me. Didn't really get to play, you know, was out on the sidelines with an injury, back injury, but I mean, just those past few months I've just been grinding, you know, doing rehab, working hard every single day, you know, so now I'm just getting back into the groove of things, back home, you know, finishing off where I started it, you know, just having fun with the game again, you know.
So you'll be at Thornley Secondary. You mentioned you've been rehabbing. You're back to full health now. Excellent. And
is it back to full health, or am I still rehabbing it back to health? Like, what was the question?
You tell me. Are you back to full health now?
Not yet. Not yet. Are
you still rehabbing?
I still have to rehab every day. Like I'm like at 80%.
Right.
So
are you cleared to play?
Yeah, I can play. Like playing is not an issue. Like I can be out there, I can play, I can practice, but I still have, you know, ways to go to get back to my full self.
Right.
You know. So.
And you've been you know, originally or prior you were at Huntington, so you're in Virginia. Virginia Tech has been able to, I'm sure, evaluate you a bunch of times. Coach McKinney has been recruiting you for quite a while. What went behind the decision to go to VT? I know we were off record. We were just talking about Nikhil being there. But what was the reasoning for committing to the Hokies?
I mean, this goes all the way back to grade 9. You know, Virginia Tech was my first offer, so they've been, you know, recruiting me and breaking down my game for years now. And you know, they're pretty accustomed to what I do and how I play when I get on the floor. So when the injury and stuff came, recruiting was really tough for me. You know, because there's some new schools would come in that weren't really recruiting me.
And some probably backed off as well.
Yeah, you know, so it was kind of tough to see, you know, who would really be the right fit, you know, who would really know what I would come in and offer for them. So I felt like Virginia Tech was one of those schools that really, you know,
stuck it through,
you know, and really came to visit me when I was down. And then right when I got back, Coach Buss came to see me like twice in a week. So, you know, it was just, they were serious, you know, they're showing a lot of interest, and it wasn't just like, oh, come to our school, you know, you're gonna do this, that, you know, it was, you come to our school, like, if you are willing to work, good things will happen for you, you know, so there's no dream sold, you know, it's just straight honesty.
Yeah, and that's kind of how they roll. I remember, you know, when Nikhil was going through his recruitment visits, you know, that's one thing he talked about, the authenticity of it all. And speaking about Nikhil, I know you've been watching the games. Sort of, what's your takeaway with how he's been doing, how the team has been doing, and also that's one, and two, what do you think you could bring to the table going into next year as well?
The team's been doing good this year. You know, the one thing is they've been kind of up and down. They'll have some really good games against some really good teams like UNC, you know, Notre Dame, but then they'll play some teams of the same caliber and maybe a little bit lower, and like the consistency isn't there, you know, and they start playing a little shaky and the defense isn't as good, but they're finding their niche, you know, so I feel like towards tournament time they'll be doing good.
Right.
Yeah.
And what do you think you could be bringing to the table next year?
For me, I think that I can just add that, you know, that piece of the team that could just do everything on the wing, on the ball, you know, off the ball, you know, just those super guards that they have that just play the point through the three, you know, so I feel like that's what I could offer for them.
Last thing for you, you're watching the next generation of guys coming up here, Canadian basketball prospects. Tell me what you see here. I'm sure you've been here for the last little bit. What do you see out there as far as talent and even this platform for the guys to be able to play on?
Yeah, first of all, like, this is great. You know, like, to see this happening, like this type of event for kids in middle school and like elementary school, this wasn't something that's always been there, and like this is gonna prepare them, because when they get older and when they go play in, you know, the big AAU tournaments or the big high school tournaments or college, NBA, like they've played in front of a lot of people. The stakes are high, you know, so this is good for them, and there's a lot of talent in here. So, you know, that's like good to see. Like, our wave was, you know, making a lot of noise, and it seems like it's not gonna slow down. So it's really good to see, man. Like, really.
That's awesome. Last one for you. I lied. Last one for you because I did want to check in on your bro. I know a lot of people wondering where's Mike Kabongo, what's he been up to. One, you know, kind of get people up to speed on where Mike is, and two, I have an older bro, Elias, so I know I've learned through some of his failures, I've learned through some of his mistakes, and you're coming up next, so I want you to first talk to me about, you know, where he's at, and also, you know, some of the things that you've learned that you can take to college. Now you're going to play high major ball too.
For sure. Right now he's in Spain. He's playing in Spain right now, you know, just grinding, trying to get to that top division, you know, just make the most out of his opportunity. And honestly, when me and him talk, what I learned the most from him is just really trusting the process, you know, working hard every day, and like not really feeding into hype. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's the most important thing. Whenever it seems like you should take an extra year or you should stay somewhere and just grind it out, just do that instead of listening to all the noise that's around you telling you to do something else, you know. So I feel like that was the most important thing I could have took away from him.
That's huge, guys, for the players tuning in, coming from Jonathan Kabongo, about to play high major ball next year. Don't use the hype. Don't let the hype use the hype. You know what I mean? So that's a huge statement. That's something we tell kids all the time. Appreciate you for joining us. We're going to do a quick substitution.
Sir.
Daniel Saki, Valpo commit. Thank you for joining us, Jonathan. Appreciate it. And coming up here on the broadcast, fresh off the press out of Winnipeg, Manitoba, we got Daniel Saki, who literally just committed to Valpo. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm fantastic, man. I remember watching you for the first time out in, I think it was Edmonton at Nationals. You and your boy Emmanuel Lacotte playing for Team Manitoba. Committed to Valpo a couple years later now. Talk to me how you feeling and what went into that decision.
I feel great. First of all, I got to give thanks to God for all He's done to me in my life. My parents, Coach Skinner, Coach Shane, everyone who's helped me throughout the journey. I'd like to give out a thanks to them. This journey it's been interesting, you know. Wasn't really sure if I was going to qualify or not because of the situation that happened at my prep school last year, but God worked it out. And because of him, now I'm able to play Division I ball. So always growing up, I've always been the smallest, so I've always had an underdog attitude, and I'll never really let things get to me. It just kept grinding, just kept doing my thing in the gym, in the classroom, getting things worked out, and now I'm here.
That's amazing, man. And you know, as we kind of watch players over the last 10+ years, you know, when you got the lack of size, it's always something that people are going to overlook, despite what you do bring to the table.
Yeah.
You know, I said this publicly and privately, like one of the fastest guards, if not the fastest guard I've ever seen at this level. How do you utilize your lack of size? Because there's a lot of little guys watching right now and listening on the stream. How do you use your lack of size to your advantage?
Well, to me, ever since I was a kid, when I play, I'm not the smallest guy on the floor. Mentally, I'm the biggest and toughest guy on the floor.
That's how you approach it mentally.
Yep, it all begins with mental. As soon as you get the mental focus that your size doesn't matter, and you're just gonna go out there and play, be the hardest worker, and play the best of your ability, then you're gonna do fine. You'll be just fine.
So question now, going to Valpo, what are you bringing to the table for that program? I know they've had a bunch of different Canadians come over the years. I believe Tavon Walker right now doing big things over there. What are you looking to bring to the table? And Max Joseph as well.
Yeah, Max Joseph.
Similar, you know, bulky little guard like you.
Definitely coming to Valpo next year, more a floor general. But might be my specific role, getting guys the ball so they can score, also coming off and contributing and scoring as well, not just on offense but on defense. Being the voice and the dog of the team and basically getting everyone going, you know what I mean? And being like, what's it called? The heart and the source of energy on the team.
Absolutely. I mean, energy, we were talking about it earlier on the broadcast, it's contagious. It could go positive, negative energy. You bring that positive, the rest of the team feeds off of that.
Right.
So I mean, watching you, I've seen you and your passion. You take every game, every possession that way. And I always say, you know, once you continue to learn to really channel that energy and control the speeds, you're going to be unstoppable as you continue to build up your game. So last thing I want to talk about was the kids in Winnipeg, man, because my brother's actually in Winnipeg right now. They're building up, there's a program out there, they're building a prep program and trying to really give opportunities for kids to play prep ball out of Winnipeg.
Yeah.
What does that mean to the city, to the province, and how does it feel to be a kid coming out of Manitoba? It doesn't happen often for a kid to be able to go out of there and play Division I basketball.
You know, it definitely means a lot that people are now starting to reach out to Winnipeg. Notice that there is talent in Winnipeg, and there are guys willing to work and grind out so they can make it out too. You know, I've had a lot of older guys who I've seen who were good enough to make it but didn't make it for specific reasons. And me personally, that's always been one of my things. I didn't want to be known as one of the guys that he could have, but he didn't. And that stuck with me my whole life. And whenever I didn't want to work in the morning or something, I remember that, and I'm like, I'm not going to be one of those guys. So for people to realize that there is talent in Winnipeg, and there's guys are willing to work and grind to get out and put Winnipeg more on the map, it definitely means a lot to the city.
I love it, man. I mean, seeing you guys, you and Emmanuel, we hosted a Manitoba showcase and you guys came through. I think that meant a lot to the other kids to see how they match up now, kind of a couple of years as you fast forward. So, and now watching it grow, I think you, and I said this, you and a guy like Emmanuel, you're inspiring the kids that are this age out there right now. So, you know, keep doing you. I know Manitoba supports you. We support you. Canadian basketball does, and keep doing your thing, man. Appreciate you joining me on the stream. That's Daniel Saki, one of the top PGs in the country, committed to Valpo. We'll be playing NCAA ball next year. And we are now back to the action, 46-38. It's a tight ball game, less than 10 minutes to go. We will have another substitution with Nick Zeffy back on the broadcast.
He's too big, man.
We just finished 2 really good interviews with Virginia Tech commit Jonathan Kabongo and Valpo commit, fresh off the press, Daniel Saki is going to Valparaiso. But in the heat of all of that, 46-38 is the score. We have a ball game now. Nick, what have you been seeing? Get me up to speed here.
Jasmar Alembe has kind of come to his own here, sitting on the bench currently, but he went on a little run there, finding his teammates, also had a good couple blocks, making some shots, getting to the free throw line, converting. On the other end, as we turn into what UCLA has been able to do, they came in with a bunch of substitutions. So number 13, John Aken Kyle, he was definitely able to do great things for them off the bench, bring in that energy, and also the usual suspects, number 21, Adrian Ochanuno, and number 40, Kwabena Antwi, they also did their thing.
Breakdown there from junior national scout Nick Zeffy, 46-40, 8:21 left to go. Looks like we will end up having something to look forward to. Last game was as the ball bounces to Nick Zeffy. He's in action, gets a touch.
I was ready to shoot for that Lexus.
I like that bounce pass.
I'm about at half court here.
That is true. No one has yet to win that Lexus yet. One of the sponsors here at the CYBL.
And there's Kwabena Atwi, although he doesn't make it. I mean, he's been able to just affect the game in so many ways. There you go again with the steal, run out. Oh, nice crafty left finish. Adrian Achundo, I'm gonna ask him how to actually pronounce his last name after this game, but he's had a great showing here.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea because we're gonna be saying his name a lot more in the future. arguably the best standout of the game so far. Staying in his element, finishing in transition, utilizing his length on both ends of the floor. I like him.
Staying in his element, that's the best way to describe it. He hasn't gone out of himself. He's not taking crazy pull-up threes, anything of that sort. Anyways, we're going to commercial break here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few.
Okay, let's keep it going. Keep the intensity high.
Get your feet square, get your feet square. Take it home, write it down, grab a homie, and work on it. Work on it, master it.
AJ Lawson, go! He gets it to go! Wow!
Pick it up, Jalen.
Oh my God!
Top 10, top 10.
Two-way players are the best players. Understand that. Two-way players are the best players.
Here's Sabri Phillip, two-hand jam!
Let's go, boy!
It doesn't matter from what city you're from, how tall you are, what school, what club you represent. Game speaks. There's no politics here.
Say what?
Here's Campbell, look out, one-hand jam!
Seeing is believing. Create your very own mixtape that showcases.
Welcome back, CYBL All-Star Game, the final one here. And it's a tight one, 48-40, 7:43 left. Thanks to everyone for tuning in across the country, across the province. Got my man Nick Zeffy to my left, Tariq Spate, yours truly here. We're in for a pretty good finish, and we were just talking about, you know, some of the standouts so far. And Adrian Uchidono has been, and I probably pronounced his name 6 different times on this live broadcast, but he's been the standout here representing CIA Bounce. But I love the fight here from Team Black. Nice fake right there. Everything but the finish. Good board. And I like the motor from Jumani Barry Reese.
He's been the motor of this team. I mean, where would they be without him? He came off the bench early on in the first half, and now he's showing it in the second. He's got a bit of the inside game, got a bit of the outside game. Loves getting to the free throw line.
You saw the patience down low with the one-hand fake. You don't see that too often. Size 13, ladies and gentlemen. You know that's gonna grow.
It's that composure in the lane, not to be sped up here. But as Maryland gets the ball, look for them to kind of go again through Jasmar. He's made some good decisions on the pick and roll and being able to find certain guys for certain looks as he racks up another assist there.
3 ball from the same man, Mr. Motor, Jumani Barry Reese.
So there you go. He shows you a little bit of the inside, shows you some of the outside. Eventually, as he continues to, you know, progress here in basketball, we don't know how big he'll get. He'll definitely have to be more accustomed to being on the outside. Because
little Draymond Green in him. Tried another one off the mark that time.
And if it wasn't for that deflection there, that would have been a 75-foot dime pass from Kwabena Atwi. Very, very surprised and very... I like his play. I really, really like his play as he takes the 3 here.
Yeah, he's been all over the floor, contributing in multiple stat categories.
It's like Maryland came into this second half here, Team Black, and they woke up. You know, they understood what was at stake, and they actually wanted to show out instead of just, oh yeah, it's an all-star game, let's just run the motions.
Good patience being showed by Jasmar on the wing, giving it up.
You would have liked one more there from Team Black. Jasmar had an open 3. Instead, they get the rebound here as UCLA hasn't been able to finish at the rate they did in the first half. Osajide has been a monster. Taking a look at him, number 5, wingspan. Looks like he's got some great room for growth girth-wise, and he also looks like he's not done growing at all.
Foul.
50-43 7-point game, less than 6 minutes to go.
(50-43). 5 minutes 46 seconds left in this game.
Baseline attack here. Kick out. Patience being shown here by White. Deep three right there. Courtesy of Caden Warren representing Yates. That was deep.
So Jaden's been able to do that a couple times here. When Maryland's made a run, he came right off the bench, he hit a three, and there you see another really deep three, kind of extending that cushion back to double digits, right where UCLA wants it.
It's got to hurt the confidence here of Team Black, especially after making a run. But still a lot of basketball left to be played here. Like the defensive intensity here being shown on the ball, gonna need more of that.
Well, you got to do that after you just hit the three. You got to make sure that you're pushing him into areas where he's not comfortable and having him do things that he's not comfortable doing.
Good attack there by Jamar James. Couldn't finish it though. Easy bucket there. Should be an easy bucket. Missed by Alan Ruin. 2 opportunities there. He missed the bunny and he knows it.
It's a good experience for Alan, a London kid. Yep. Doesn't get to see this type of athleticism, this type of speed usually out there. So it'll be nice to see. And now Jasmar goes at him. So it's good on both ends for him in terms of his development, going up against these type of athletes and basketball players in general.
Yeah, well, sometimes from the smaller cities, you're not going to have a lot of guys be able to match up with you physically. So as you mentioned, from a development standpoint, this is huge. And these little, you know, I don't want to say little, but these pockets, the Londons, the Kitcheners, the Windsors, you know, I would want to, like Hamilton's even bigger, but you know, all these regions are contributing to, in a large way, to the next wave of talent.
Yeah, precisely. I mean, you got those small regions, but the thing that the small regions bring is they might not know how to play up against this athleticism right away, or this type of speed or length or whatever the case may be, but they bring that hard-nosed, small town.
Yeah.
They're just workers.
They're and high IQ usually, highly skilled. Sorry to interrupt you there, but it's a testament to the work ethic based on the fact that they don't have the athleticism, so they have to make up for it.
And there's Angelo Vera. Saw him last year. He's grown considerably and also has been able to kind of get that floater game, mid-range game going as well. Something he didn't have last year, more of a three-point shooter.
That was Dolu Johnson off the mark. Here's Jasmir. Oh, nice spin move there. Looking to take matters into his own hands. Game's on the line in these last 3.5 minutes. Tough shot. Big offensive board by Black. Natrell Green from the Brampton Warriors goes off his leg, it looks like.
There you saw Jasmar, he was trying to go, so Dolu forced him left. He spun and tried to go back right, still forced him left. That's where the left hand, the development of being comfortable going that way is going to help him in the long run.
Good ball movement there, sucked in the defense. Extra pass for a good looking three, but Black was off the mark. Here's Jasmir on the floor, trying to get it out to his teammate. Black needs a bucket here. Oh, wow. Nifty move there by my man, Adrian Uchidono. You saw there, he almost got it to roll with the reverse English.
He's got all the angles. I mean, he had that one sneaky one on Jasmar where he went wrong hand on the wrong side, but it was the right move because that's the only way he was going to shoot it. There he goes with a really nice spinning English type shot, just bounces out, but...
you can argue that was French. I mean, there's so much English on it. He's no
cross borders on that one.
Cross borders. There's no doubt that he's been the top performer of this game.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him win MVP. As Maryland...
Body's hitting the floor here in the last bit. 8-point game and Black needs a bucket. Looking desperate right now. Oh man, missing easy ones. Gotta get those to fall.
It's tough when you miss layups like that, as Preston Gale is going to finish here with the left-handed layup, cut the lead to 6. If you're Maryland, you got a full court press. Freddie's telling them no, but I'm saying yes. I mean, they can hold it here for the next 2 minutes. No shot clock. Look like a travel. They're going to call it.
Fortunate right there for Team Black. They'll get another possession to cut down the lead. 6-point game, exactly 2 minutes left.
I look at Coach Lopez here. It's hilarious. This is the only time you'll ever see him non-animated is in an all-star game. I guess he's got to take it easy sometimes.
Yeah, he's a firecracker.
Big strong finish there.
Bronson Chambers with the finish. Excuse me, that was Bashan Alette. My mistake.
And you see Jasmar there, he goes with kind of the NBA, you know, you see the James Hardens, the Kevin Durants. If you're guarding with the left hand on a right hand dribble, you have that left hand in their cookie jar. They're just going right through it.
Yeah.
Trying to get the and one, and he's going to the free throw line.
Good looking stroke there.
Speaking to his dad, Shemaiah, who is also a heck of a player out of Moulton.
Violation call on the shooter.
I'd like to see, you know, I think he's got a ton of potential, good size at his position. That's one thing he has going for him. I'd love to see that motor increase. He's got so much ability, and he can really devastate guys defensively because of his size and ability to move.
Interesting strategy there, missing the free throw on purpose for a substitution.
Black's got to squeeze that rebound. And what a nice finish right there by Tragic Bronson.
It's interesting to see right now. I mean, Maryland's got no size on the court. Are they trying to outquick UCLA here? Difficult to tell, but the size advantage definitely goes to UCLA.
So about a minute to go, 10-point game, and Black is in desperation mode right now. All the way to the rim, and it looks like White's gonna run away with this one. John Adikile out of Brampton Warriors.
So, Tarek, who do you think deserves MVP?
I've been saying his name throughout the stream. That would be Adrian Yu for CIE Bounce East. He's played high efficiency basketball in transition for the most part with his buckets, been playing good defense. He's been showing a complete game, and above all, he's been producing at a high level with his team winning.
I gotta agree with you there. I mean, we've been saying his name a lot, probably not right, but Adrian Yu's definitely been the guy that's been able to do it on both ends. An absolute great prospect here at the CYBL All-Star Game as we're in our last 20 seconds. Everyone in the gym wanted to see Torin Rose shoot that. Instead, it's a turnover.
That will be it. 59-49. White wins it. UCLA over Maryland. Thanks to everyone for tuning in to 5th year's edition of the CYBL All-Star Weekend. Shout out to the CYBL, to Under Armour. That will be all from North Pole Hoops. Have yourself a great night.